so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. You're
Thank
a
you for
busy
having me.
person. Oh my goodness.
It's like,
I know. These are actually really comfortable, so lounge back. Yeah. Or that too.
they both felt good.
I mean, Brooke, just reading that, I needed the note card because there was so much that you do, and it's so impressive. And I was just talking to you about your daughters too. They're so impressive in their own right as well. But you've been through so many chapters and eras in your life. Talk to me about this current chapter. How would you describe it?
Well, first of all, I will say that the reason why I've had such a varied past is because when some area didn't want me, I pivoted and found some area that did want me. Mm-hmm. So if it wasn't TV, it was movies. If it wasn't movies, then maybe it was stage. And then, writing. I just had to keep going where the water was warm.
Yeah.
So that I could learn and I could maintain a creative life. So it wasn't by design. I can't say I had a master plan. But what I will say is different about this time is that it's all being generated from me. It's not a reaction to something else. So it's, I was always like, okay, got to keep working, got to keep moving, got to keep working, and that's just my nature. And then by necessity, you need to pay the bills, right? But this was the first time that I ever went out on a limb, having no experience in it, and harnessing what I did know, surrounding myself with women who were supportive, who I admired, and really just going and saying, like, I want to make a difference, but for reasons that are coming and being generated from me. Yeah. So it's a much more empowered. I mean, everybody uses that word so much, but it's I'm much more in my skin and empowered because it's all being generated from myself, what I feel, rather than me just doing what I'm paid to do by somebody else, or just being the good girl or being liked, or whatever, all those things that kind of just have been pervasive in my life. This was, wait a minute, I'm going to listen to this community of women that I've met, women over 40, and I was experiencing biological changes in my life, and I felt alone, but I also wanted to find a community. So I listened to the community. I know we'll get into it more, but I listened to the community, and I realized that I wanted to do something for my community.
Yeah.
So it's empowered. It feels like it's coming from me instead of at me.
Right. And you're in charge of the narrative, right? Which hasn't always necessarily been the case.
I've never been in charge of the narrative. I mean, until I started writing books. I write books.
Oh yeah, she's an author.
I can write a book. And it was only then that I started to really, I guess, not even reclaim, but have my own narrative, my own truth, and putting it down. And no matter what opinion, because everybody's had an opinion about me for breathing. And that gave me this sense of, oh no, I can own my own narrative, and I can be in charge of it. Yeah. And I can go forward in my life with that knowledge that I'm being myself.
Yeah, and like looking back a little bit, because I did see your Instagram and you just did the 90s viral trend, which I'm assuming maybe your daughters had a little bit to do with. And if you guys don't know the 90s viral trend, it's a video where you post up and it says, Mom, tell me what you were like in the 90s. And you posted these really beautiful photos, these fun memories.
I wasn't gonna post bad pictures of myself. Come on.
It was so beautiful. But thinking back in that era, and I know you've been through a lot, does anything stick out? Like, do you have any fond memories of that time?
That time was probably one of the best eras of my life until this one. But that one it was the first time I was asked to do comedy on a network and on a bigger scale. And I met and divorced my first husband, married and divorced, so that was good. So I got that out of the way, got the starter one. out the way. And then I met my current husband, as he likes to call himself, because I told him not to get too comfortable. It's only been 26 years, but, hang on. And I was on a television show that just was absolutely everything to me. I was on Suddenly Susan, and that was a period of time when multicam they shoot shows live in front of an audience, and you do every scene twice. So you have a live audience, and you're sort of performing it like a play, but it's filmed. So it was just, there was a freedom and a confidence that, that I hadn't had up until then. And also, it was different from college. It was a different version of college.
Yeah, because you took a break from your career to go to college and focus on Princeton, and you were like, at the height of your career almost. What was that like?
I think because I had been working for so long, it was not as terrifying to me to give up something because I had been working since I was a baby. So I hadn't been trying to do something and then got my shot at it and then left. I'd been doing it. The assumption was that I was going to do it the same pace after college. That's where the shock came in, because that's when they didn't want me anymore. But I knew I needed to go to college. I knew I needed to take that time for myself and get something that nobody could take away. Mm-hmm. The press couldn't take it away. The public couldn't take it away. The opinions couldn't take it away. They couldn't lessen me. And so by being able to really kind of get into my brain, I found a confidence. I didn't know I could have faith in my own hypotheses. Like a teacher asked me that, and I was like, huh? What do you mean? He's like, do you have faith in your hypotheses? I was like, hypotheses. And I said, no, I take other people's opinions and I can talk about them freely. And he said, Miss Shields, tomorrow in Precept, I want you to tell me what you've underlined in your books. And it was the first time anybody had ever asked me really what my opinion was.
Yeah.
It was about a book, but I had opinions. I didn't even know I had opinions, because in the entertainment industry, they don't want you to have any opinions, especially if you're a female. No opinions. And I had a career of having no opinions.
Yeah.
So it was really liberating when I was able to find the way my brain works.
Yeah. And what advice, looking back, I know you said this chapter is your best chapter yet. Looking back, what advice would you give your younger self, knowing all that you know now?
Just have more faith in yourself. It's not about always just having everybody like you or doing what you think you should do. I think I got very rewarded by being a hard worker and having a work ethic and being kind and polite and all of that. And that's good. I teach my children that. But there was always a sense that I wasn't enough. That I was always sort of comparing myself to other people, other actresses, and, I should be doing that, or I'm not this, and I didn't really focus on what I had that was unique. So I would have said, like, hey, just kind of have a little more, give yourself a little bit more leeway and trust.
Yeah.
To be, we're all fabulous. Like, we all, and all of our children are the best. They're the perfect children. They're the best. They're the prettiest. They're the best. We all have those children, and we've all had, happen to us. But there's something that was sort of, I would say, it's going to be okay. And maybe you can't tell you're young. I mean, maybe you're not supposed to know it at a young age. But I had a lot of angst, and I would have liked to have alleviated that.
Yeah. Do you think part of that was maybe influenced by society and Hollywood, maybe specifically in your case?
Oh, I mean, my first period was put on the cover of People magazine. It's just crazy. Barbara Walters is asking me my measurements. You're just like, it's like you get bombarded with this craziness from people, and they don't, they hurl things at you. And I think it was why my mom never let us move to California. I always went to regular children's schools. Not professional. I never missed school for work. And I had, normal friends. And I was on the cheerleading squad, always on the bottom of the pyramid, by the way. Because when you're tall, you get put in the bottom of the pyramid. So you're like, the whole season of football. But I was really, it was a period. What was the question? Sorry, I got lost.
We're
I got
talking
lost in my
about
thoughts.
the sort of perception and the narrative.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
Okay,
like
there we go.
influenced by Hollywood? Is
Back
that
on
a
track.
piece of it?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Press, Hollywood, they love to knock you down. They love to make you smaller. The press will only focus on the bad because that's tabloid fodder and that sells papers or whatever. And so you get used to so much negativity. But there was so much negativity about my mother as well. So I had this added, like, I have to stick up for my mother. Like, my mom loves me, and not a lot. Not everybody can say that in Hollywood, and it's like it kept me alive. And she had her issues, but I was protecting her. I was, trying to thwart all this mean-spirited talk, and it was, this sort of taking my body apart and taking everything, and it was just, I sort of blocked it, tried to block it all out and protect her, but it was really coming from all angles from the outside.
Yeah. Do you think the young women in the entertainment business today have it easier, or is it just different?
I think some things are easier. I think their voices are being heard more. I think they're being asked their opinion more, and they're feeling the confidence to speak their mind and claim what they need and want. And I do think there are roles that are being written, because I think people are realizing that women are really interesting and multifaceted, and we become even more interesting when we get into our 40s and 50s and now 60. Like, we come with a lot, and I think that's why many men are scared of us.
Yes.
Love men, love them, but we're formidable, and we have babies. Like, we create life. Like, we're a lot, and I think that can be threatening, but I do think that actresses today are starting to have more of a voice.
That's good to hear. And speaking of voices, you created a community. It was during the pandemic, and you found a white space for women. And you said, I'm going to take all this feedback and I'm going to start a brand. Talk to me about how Commence came about.
So I don't look at it per se as I started a community, but I was in a place, and it was COVID, and I was really just thinking about how I felt better about myself, my body, my person. I didn't feel as insecure, and I couldn't fathom why marketers weren't also agreeing with how fabulous I was in this. But like, seriously, like, you're like, I've worked this hard, I've done this much, I finally get here, I've worked, I've raised families, I've done that, I've survived all this, and I'm here now and I'm ready. And they're like, yeah, good run. Like, they're putting you out to pasture, and just because your ovaries don't work means you have no value. Like, it was just mind-boggling to me. So during COVID, I began a community. I didn't begin it, excuse me. I opened it up to what amassed as a wonderful, beautiful community of women over 40. And we would have these 40 over 40 Zooms and 50 over 50. It was just to get to know women my age, around my age, and really understand what they were feeling in their lives. And after talking to them, and these women were saying, well, what are you going to sell us? And I was saying, well, I'm not trying to, monetize you. I just want to know that I'm not the only one feeling this, feeling overlooked, feeling not marketed to. I always say, the way the marketer works, you're the hot girl at the bar or you're in Depends. Think about it. And it's like, no, sorry, there's this bracket in the middle that is quite fabulous. And we don't know who we are necessarily because our kids are gone, or we're in this new era and we don't know, can I start something new? Am I just my past? It's opening up differently. And so I learned a lot from the community, and we started talking about beauty and hair. And every woman was expressing their hair was thinning. It wasn't just gray, but it was thinning, and the lackluster, and the health and the itchiness of their scalp. And I said, okay, well, maybe I can find a way to create product that is designed for the biological changes of a woman in this era of her life. and specifically for scalp health, the skinification of a scalp. We focus on our skin, but we don't really focus on our scalp in the same way. And there's different challenges that our scalp goes through. Our pores shrink, the hormones change, there's not as much hydration. There's so many things that change in the female scalp in particular, and that's what really was, out of that came hair care for women in this era of their lives.
That's so specific, and it's so
There
great
was
that you
white
were able
space.
to see that white space. But why add CEO to your resume?
Oh God!
Why did you?
Because it's me and one
tell
other
me about
person.
that.
Because there's just two of us right now, so somebody had to do it. I'm the founder. I am the CEO. I can't wait till one day I find a woman to be the CEO and do what they know how to do. Right now, it's me and the COO, Carla, is here. And the two of us together really sort of sat down and said, okay, how do we do this? You know, how do we build a website? How do we, and it was just trial and error, a lot of error, and a lot of pivoting and a lot of, okay, how do we make money? What can I put in it? I put my own money in it until I couldn't anymore. And, we made some good choices with the money that we spent. We made some mistakes, but we just kept going because we knew that there was white space that we were filling and that we were servicing women through this change in their life without shame. Not to be ashamed of it. We are not just menopause. Mm-hmm. And that was, it's great that we're talking about menopause. I'm so happy about the freedom with which that is being talked about. But we don't jump over this to just be menopause, Yeah. So it was important for me to share with women the desire that I have for them to feel more empowered and live this era of their life without shame and with excitement.
Yeah, and I think part of that shows that you did have a lot of faith in yourself as a person, taking a leap of faith to just say, I'm just gonna invest a lot of money into this company, this idea for the women that you're hearing from. For some of us who are out here, maybe we're thinking about switching jobs or pivoting careers, or we're getting ready for retirement, whatever the case is. How do you find faith in yourself to take those leaps, and how do you analyze the risk too?
Well, I think you can't spend too much time on the risk, because risk then creates fear, and then fear is an inhibitor, and you just stay stagnant. But it's never too late for a pivot, which I've always done things that not for other people, but I've sold their products. I've never had my own product. And so that type of challenge was terrifying, but the mission and the vision of Commence for women in this period of their life, and really saying, no, we're fabulous. Why can't we feel this way? And why can't you see us and market to us? That was inspiring to me to keep going.
Yeah.
I was told it was going to be difficult. No matter how difficult it is, it's worse. To be honest, it wakes you up in the middle of the night, and trying to raise money is just torture, and having to pay people and making sure you're paying them on time, and all of that was a pressure I've never had before. Yeah. I've worked for other companies, and that's on them. I just have to do my part. And so it's been terrifying, but what I've learned just in the past few years about myself, about my resilience, about learning something new, jumping into something I had no knowledge of, but I did have knowledge. I did have experience, and it was harnessing that and relying on creating a team around me who knew what I didn't know, and not being afraid of saying, I don't know this, I don't understand this, can you explain it to me? And really being willing to learn to lean on people. Yeah. And to ask for help. Yeah. And to not analyze it from a risk standpoint, because you'd never get out of bed, but from really looking at what do I want to accomplish? And okay, I don't think about failing. Don't think about, every time I'm down, Carla picks me up. When I feel her getting derailed, I'm like, nope, 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 nope. What do we believe in? What do we believe? We believe this, this, and this, our mission, our vision. And you go back to that. And then, it was so encouraging and amazing today hearing and meeting some of you who were telling us that the products meant something to them and that it worked. And you just, hearing that from women and hearing that it made a change in their life and in their confidence, because when you have good hair, you feel more confident. Hearing that was inspiring. And you can't lose sight of each person that you are hopefully affecting in a positive way.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're reading all the reviews too?
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to read the reviews.
And how does that affect your decision-making process?
Well, you have to, it started with community, right? So the community really dictated what we did first. Then you have to go through, what can we afford? What should we start with? And all of those are things. Then you have to listen. Is there too much fragrance? Mm-hmm. Is the bottle maybe not easy to squeeze? Okay. First thing I did was make the font really big. How many times
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, I just washed my hair with body wash. It's like, oh. And I can't see anything and the glasses fog up. So I was like, first of all, I want to be able to read the label. First thing I said to the guy, I said, I want it to be uplifting colors. I don't want just stark black and white, even though it's chic. I want it to be like, this is the dawn of a new era for us. So it was all the colors were based on beautiful sunrises. And it was playful without being kitsch. And, but we have to read the reviews. And if someone doesn't like it, I want to know why. I'm not going to be able to satisfy everybody. But if enough people think that the fragrance is this or that, or the bottles are this or something, okay. I'm going to listen to that to provide for the community and the customer what they want. And you can't satisfy everybody, but you can take a sort of the aggregate and say, oh, this many people are not happy with this. This many people love this. And hero products that you think are going to be a hero maybe aren't.
Oh, interesting.
So you have to, we thought that the instant shampoo was going to be immediately a hero, because it's the only instant shampoo, when we say instant, because what woman over 40 likes the word dry? Think about it. So we say instant. It's a pretty word. And it's a non-aerosol, no benzene, so it's not bad for the environment, not bad for your lungs. And it is rice powder, it's plant-based, but we have hyaluronic acid embedded in it. And it's the only one research that we've done on the market that has that. But hyaluronic acid is too large a molecule for your scalp to absorb because your pores shrink. I love the things that shrink after 40 and the things that get bigger. But having said that, I realized on the scalp, your pores are smaller than your skin. So your scalp can't absorb hyaluronic acid. So we quaternized it. We made it smaller. Well, I didn't, but I went in and I was like, can't you guys cut it up or something? Cut it up, I don't know. You do this in the lab. Can you do that? And they did it. And they found a way to make it small enough so that your pores could absorb it. So it's things like that that make, we believe in the root all the way to the tip. Just the tip. Sorry.
She's got jokes.
Yeah, you can't not hear it when it's in your, and you have teenage daughters, and you're like, don't come home and tell me that. I'm gonna throw up. Sorry.
But you've started this conversation with the community, with the brand. Where do you hope this takes that conversation about women over 40 and aging and the changes that come with your hair and everything else?
Aging doesn't have to be dread. It doesn't have to be this horrible monster that's waiting under your bed and is going to devour you. Yes, I often say I wish things were higher on my body the way they used to be. I wish things were perkier. I wish a lot of things. I wish I could wear a ponytail every day. It's like all these things you look at and you're like, oh, but that's not all I am. You know what I mean? Like I want to look my best. I want to feel my best. And whatever that takes, I want to take care of myself. But I hope that this community feels that they are a part of a movement that says, enjoy yourself, enjoy this time. Look at all you've done. Look at all you've lived through. That is not nothing. Yeah. And we've all done it. We've all had tragedy. We've all had so many things happen to us and and I just hope that the community keeps growing and that the product is born out of the community. It's not about creating many SKUs and trying to just over proliferate, the product numbers. But it's about finding actual ways to address the biological changes. And I hope the community keeps growing because that's our base. Yeah. We started with community. We have the product that works. We keep getting awards, but you can't print that you got the award because they make you pay $20,000. It's like, sorry, I gotta get my bottles released from the factory. So it's so crazy. This business is so insane. But I hope that, the community, the product, without the product, that we have nothing. But without the community, our product means nothing. And then I'm the conduit, but I'm with the customer going through everything they're going through.
Yeah. I mean, you turned 60 last year, and you've called it, yes, you've called it the beginning of the beginning. What does that mean?
I think, you hear 60 when you're younger, and you're just like, that's old, and it sounds old, but it's not old anymore. And I find it ironic that I didn't start finding my confidence into my 50s for real. Like, my body confidence and my woman confidence really wasn't until I started a little in my 40s, but it wasn't until later that it kind of kicked in. And I feel that I have a fresh start. And the community, when it was online as the beginning of the community, was called Beginning Is Now. And that's our parent company. But commence was one word that I felt was stronger because it means to begin again and to begin something new and maybe something different. So it really, this turning this age was something that I thought, oh, it's on my terms. You have to have a baby by this time. You have to do this by this. You have to do that by that. My clock is ticking. My this is that. And there's so many rules that you have to, live by and chase. And then you sort of get to this age and you're like, oh, wait, I don't even have my period anymore. Ha! I don't have to deal with that. So it's like there's liberation in it. And there is a freedom. And it's terrifying when your kids leave, but then it's more terrifying when they come back. I'm like, don't you have to want to go to grad school? Please.
Oh my goodness.
Please leave.
Speaking of kids, you have two beautiful daughters, and they're young adults now. And talk to me about that relationship and how it's changed. Because I feel like maybe a lot of us who are moms here, we see our kids as little forever. That's how I see my kids. They're not growing up. They're never leaving home. But now they're adults, and how does your relationship change with them?
Well, it's, they'll always be your babies, no matter what. And, and it's like it starts when you go to kiss them and they just give you their cheek.
Oh.
They don't, none of this. They nothing. Like, I'm like, could you just at least pretend to pucker? I'm like, but it starts and it's like very painful because you just want to like devour them and just smell their neck and but they're 22, and you're like,
that
maybe
might be
you should
weird.
not do that. But they're still your babies. A young lady came up to me just earlier and said, she had heard an interview that I did, and I had said on the interview that I had to learn to meet my daughters as adults, as humans. And you don't think of them as individual human beings. First of all, they come out of you strangers, which is the first thing that blew my mind. I was like, who is this? And why did they live in my body for as long as they did? And I don't know them. And it's weird, they're little strangers, and you think you're supposed to like, oh, your hair's gonna cascade down, and they're gonna look up adoringly, and this was not my experience. But then you mother them, and they're babies, and then all of a sudden you go to visit them at school, and they have inside jokes and friends that you don't know and whole conversations about things and opinions and I was just shocked at it. And I thought, oh God, if I'm gonna have any kind of a relationship with this person, I have to meet them. And I have to meet them now, and I have to be willing to meet them as a human being, two human beings talking to each other, and it was very foreign, but then you kind of have a new lease on a different type of relationship. Yeah. And they'll still need you as mommy, when certain things happen. But in order to continue that relationship, I knew I needed to shift the way I regarded them.
Yeah. And what's it like raising two daughters, too?
Daughters are mean.
Oh.
They are.
Tell me more.
They are mean. And I think that they have to be mean. I believe they have to be. I think that they don't know how to individuate. I think that they have to find ways to hate you so that they can become independent. Like I had an aunt who every time she left me, she would pick a fight with me. And I was like, what? She was a godmother. And she's dead now. I didn't kill her, I promise. But she would fight with me, and I would say, we had a good weekend, like, why do you have to leave mad? And then I realized it was easier for her to leave mad at me than sad to leave me, because the emotions of sad was too much for her, and it was too much. She couldn't handle emotion. And I thought, oh my God, my kids kind of do that. It's like they hate you so that they can become independent. And it's strange, but I mean, I was telling this story today. My younger daughter, God, she was like 6. And she stood opposite me, put her fist down and said, "You are everything that is wrong with my life." Oh. I thought I had been stabbed in the heart. And I was like, okay, I can see that. And you're trying to, then she went to my side, looking straight ahead, because you didn't want to make eye contact with me, like in the wild with animals. You don't want to look them in the eye. And she said, Mama, every time I say something mean to you, I wish I did not say it, but I cannot stop it before it comes out of my lips. Oh. And I was like, okay, you're scaring me. But she was in tune enough with herself that she knew she had to hate me in that moment. Yeah. But it's hard as a mom, And I think like boys will take a vase or vase or however you say it and like smash it to see how it feels. Like, did you feel it when it hit the ground? Like, they just want to smash things. Then the girl will come up to you and be like, was that an heirloom? Did your mom give that to you? Was it expensive? I bet it was expensive. And you're just like, you're evil. Oh my God. But I feel like girls have this like power to manipulate. And I don't have boys, so I don't know. But I think boys are just, I don't know. I don't know what it's like having a boy, but girls are tough. They're tough.
And so you talk about your relationship with your daughters. It's mainly positive. And I'm wondering I'm wondering if there's ever a time, I'm sure they have come to you for advice and how you've helped them, especially as young women in today's day and age and, as young as they are.
I realized early on that I needed to not just dole out advice, but show them. Mm-hmm. So be an example of what it is to be hardworking. Be an example of what it is to look people in the eye and say, nice to meet you, and be kind to people, whether, they're cleaning your garbage or they're the CEO of something fancy. It didn't matter. And they watched me react to people and try to be as open and kind as possible and be respectful. So that was the first thing. Then you realize they want guidance. And it's hard because you don't want to just dictate, and you also don't want to say, do what I do. But, one really does ask me for advice and the other one doesn't. And so I have to deal with each of them differently. But my one daughter works at an other news outlet. And
the one
like
we won't
Voldemort,
name.
We will not name. And I said to her, look, stay busy, make yourself useful. I don't care if it is bringing a cup of water to somebody or pitching a show that you think they should produce or a segment or something like that. Don't ever be idle. I said, just show up and just keep working. Do the work. And if you don't have the work, find it.
Yeah. And they see you do it with your million jobs.
And they see, and through Commence, they've watched their mother be afraid. And they've watched their mother cry and then pick myself up again and go like, okay, no, I'm not gonna be defeated by this. And no matter what happens, I will know that I have fought and that we're gonna make it work. But they see it not be easy for me. Yeah. And I think that's important for me, young women, because they're my daughters, but for them to see that, it's not, you don't just become viral. Like they're like, oh, I'm gonna do a video, it's gonna become viral. Oh, really? Okay. Like, well, then why did everybody viral? Like, it's like, they think differently. And things happen or they don't happen, and sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, but you keep going, you keep trying, and you keep pivoting. And I think they see it, and then they see me struggle, and then they see me rise again. And I think that's, that makes them understand as young women that it's not gonna be easy, stuff's not gonna be handed to them, and that they have to fight for everything that matters to them.
Yeah, and I think, switching gears a little bit, part of what keeps us all grounded is the people we surround ourselves with. And you are actually very fond of your friend group. What role have those friendships, taken on in your life in recent years?
I mean, I would be nothing without my friends. And what I've come to learn is that it's okay that they all don't know each other. I have different friends from different periods of my life, and I used to think they all had to be best friends, and it just caused me, anxiety. And I have different friends for different areas of my life that they make me feel good about myself, and I admire and learn from them. And they're very varied. They're high school, college, and then some from my professional life.
Wow.
And and being in the trenches with a startup, Carla DiBernardo, who's here, she has been in the trenches with me. And when you find somebody like that, it's everything, because you become a unit and you become fighters together and you lift one another up. And I think that's what women do really well. That whole idea that women are and they all stab each other in the back, it's not true. When they say it takes a village, it does. And it's a village of women who lift each other up. And that's where we are most amazing. Yeah. And it's also holding mirrors up. I've had like a friend say to me, I wish you could see yourself the way I see you. And we don't see ourselves the way our friends see us. But when they show you who you are, you kind of go, really? Oh, wow, And that's important, because when we describe ourselves, we just point out all the things we don't like. I have people coming up and they're, oh, I can't stand next to you and take a picture. Yes, you can. You're beautiful. Stop. Like, we do that. It's like, oh, you look great. No, I just can't. I gained weight, and oh, these pants are too tight on my ass. Da, da, da. Sorry. And bleep. And it's like we immediately negate ourselves, and then you start believing that. And that kind of constant self-deprecation feeds on itself, and you become smaller. Yeah. And it's like, it's wild. And we may be just starting with hair, and that's okay too, and never thought I would go into beauty, but it's a huge piece of a woman's identity, and it's okay, and I think it's important that you surround yourself by people who lift you up and remind you of your uniqueness and what makes you great,
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brooke, for being here with us today. Thank you so much for your time.